ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಾದಂತಹ ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನವರು ಸಭೆಗೆ ಆಗಮಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಆತ್ಮೀಯವಾದ ಸ್ವಾಗತ.
Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka, Shri Siddaramaiah is there, has arrived at the venue. Very hearty welcome to the Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka, Shri Siddaramaiah. All the other esteemed dignitaries will also arrive in a short while from now. Delegates outside, we request you to kindly come inside. ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಡೆಲಿಗೇಟ್ಸ್ ದಯಮಾಡಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬಂದು ಆಸೀನರಾಗಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಕೋರಿಕೆ. Honorable Dr. Justice Dhananjaya Y. Chandrachud, Chief Justice of India, has also arrived at the venue. Hearty welcome to you, sir. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we request all of you to kindly take your seats. It's now time to request the dignitaries to kindly come over. First of all, let's welcome to the stage Honorable Dr. Justice Dhananjaya Y. Chandrachud, Chief Justice of India. Daimadi ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಆಗಮಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿ ವಿನಂತಿ.
ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಾದಂತಹ ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯ ಅವರು ದಯಮಾಡಿ ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಆಗಮಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕೋರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ತಮಗೆ ಆದರದ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. Honorable Shri Justice Ajikutira Somaya Bopanna, Judge Supreme Court of India, sir, hearty welcome to you. We also welcome Honorable Srimati Justice B.V. Nagaratna, Judge Supreme Court of India, to the dais. Welcome, ma'am, please.
We also welcome Honorable Shri Justice Arvind Kumar, Judge Supreme Court of India, Honorable Shri Justice N.V. Anjaria, Chief Justice High Court of Karnataka, onto the stage. We also request the President and the Secretary of the Association to kindly come over. President Harisha A. and General Secretary H.K. Navina.
ಇದೀಗ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಶುಭಾರಂಭ ನಾಡಗೀತೆಯೊಂದಿಗೆ. ದಯಮಾಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಎದ್ದು ನಿಂತು ನಾಡಗೀತೆಗೆ ಗೌರವವನ್ನು ಸೂಚಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕೋರ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
We request all of you to kindly rise for the state anthem, Nadagite.
जय भारत जननीय तनुजाते, जय हे कर्नाटक माते, जय सुंदर नदी वनಗಳ ನಾಡೆ, जय हे रस ಋಷಿಗಳ ಬೀಡಿ, ಭೂದೇವಿಯ ಮಕುಟದ ನವಮಣಿಯೇ, ಗಂಧದ ಚಂದದ ಹೊನ್ನಿನ ಗಣಿಯೇ, ರಾಘವ ಮಧುಸೂದನರವತರಿಸಿದ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ, ಜನನಿಯ ಜೋಗುಳ ವೇಗದ ಘೋಷ, ಜನನಿಗೆ ಜೀವವು ನಿನ್ನಾವೇಶ, ಹಸುರಿನ ಗಿರಿಗಳ ಸಾಲೆ, ನಿನ್ನಯ ಕೊರಳಿನ ಮಾಲೆ, ಕಪಿಲ ಪತಂಜಲ ಗೌತಮ ಜಿನನುತ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ, ಶಂಕರ ರಮನುಜ ವಿದ್ಯಾರಣ್ಯ ಬಸವೇಶ್ವರ ಮಧ್ವರ ದಿವ್ಯಾರಣ್ಯ, ಧನ್ನ ಷಡಕ್ಷರಿ ಪೊನ್ನ ಪಂಪಲ ಕುಮಿಪತಿ ಜನ್ನ, ಕುಮಾರ ವ್ಯಾಸರ ಮಂಗಳ ಧಾಮ, ಕವಿ ಕೋಗಿಲೆಗಳ ಪುಣ್ಯಾರಾಮ, ನಾನಕ ರಾಮಾನಂದ ಕಬೀರರ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ, ಕೈಲಪ ಹೊಯ್ಸಳರಾಳಿದ ನಾಡೆ, ಕಂಕಣ ಜಕಣರ ನೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಬೇರೆ, ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಶರಾವತಿ ತುಂಗಾ, ಕಾವೇರಿಯ ವರರಂಗ, ಚೈತನ್ಯ ಪರಮಹಂಸ ವಿವೇಕರ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ, ಸರ್ವ ಜನಾಂಗದ ಶಾಂತಿಯ ತೋಟ, ರಸಿಕರ ಕಂಗಳ ಸೆಳೆಯುವ ನೋಟ, ಹಿಂದೂ ಕ್ರೈಸ್ತ ಮುಸಲ್ಮಾನ, ಪಾರಸಿಕ ಜೈನರುದ್ಯಾನ, ಜನಕನ ಹೋಲುವ ದೊರೆಗಳ ಧಾಮ, ಕಾಯಕ ವೈಣಿಕರ ರಾಮ, ಕನ್ನಡ ನುಡಿ ಕುಣಿದಾಡುವ ದೇಹ, ಕನ್ನಡ ತಾಯಿಯ ಮಂಗಳ ದೇಹ, ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ, ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ, ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ, ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ.
ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕುಳಿತುಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಸಿಟ್ ಡೌನ್.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ, ಶುಭೋದಯ. ನ್ಯಾಯದೇವತೆಯ ಅಂಗಳದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಮಾನರೇ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಡವ ಬಲ್ಲಿದರೆಂಬ ಭೇದವಿಲ್ಲ, ಆಳ್ತನ ಸಿರಿತನದ ಹಂಗುಗಳಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವುದು ಒಂದೇ ಭೇದ, ಅಪರಾಧಿ ಅಥವಾ ನಿರಪರಾಧಿ. ಹೀಗೆ ಭಾರತ ದೇಶವನ್ನು, ಅದರ ಕಾನೂನುಗಳನ್ನು ಸಾರ್ವಕಾಲಿಕವಾಗಿ ಎತ್ತಿ ಹಿಡಿಯುತ್ತಾ ತನ್ಮೂಲಕ ದೇಶವನ್ನು ಸದಾ ಎಚ್ಚರಿರುವ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞಾಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಭಾರತದ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಂಗ. ಅದರ ಒಂದು ಭಾಗವಾಗಿ ದಕ್ಷತೆಯಿಂದ ಕಾರ್ಯನಿರ್ವಹಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿರುವುದೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಂಗ. ಈ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಭವಿಷ್ಯದ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಂಗಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನೀತಿ ಮತ್ತು ಉತ್ಕೃಷ್ಟತೆ ಎಂಬ ಧ್ಯೇಯವಾಕ್ಯದೊಂದಿಗೆ KSJOEದ 21ನೇ ದ್ವೈವಾರ್ಷಿಕ ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನ ಇಂದು ಆಯೋಜಿತವಾಗಿದೆ.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Karnataka State Judicial Officers Association, of course, represents the entire judicial officers of the state with the aims and objectives detailed as per the memorandum to organize, unify and associate all the judicial officers with a view to establish strong, fearless and independent judicial service capable of maintaining high standards and traditions associated with the judiciary. On behalf of Karnataka State Judicial Officers Association, I am Shankar Prakash.
ನಾನು ವೀಣಾ ಶರ್ಮಾ.
We welcome you all to the inaugural session of the 21st Biennial State Level Conference of Judicial Officers. ತಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಉದ್ಘಾಟನಾ ಸಮಾರಂಭಕ್ಕೆ ಆದರದ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಮಹನೀಯರೇ, ಮಹಿಳೆಯರೇ. At the outset, we now request Shri Harisha A. For the welcome address, the President of the Association.
Good morning to everyone. My Lord, Honorable Dr. Justice Dhananjay Y. Chandrachud, Chief Justice of India, Honorable Sri Siddaramaiah, Chief Minister, Government of Karnataka, Honorable Sri Justice A.S. Bopanna, Judge, Supreme Court of India, Honorable Srimati Justice B.V. Nagaratna, Judge, Supreme Court of India, Honorable Sri Justice Arvind Kumar, Judge, Supreme Court of India, Honorable Justice N.V. Anjaria, Chief Justice, High Court of Karnataka, Honorable Judges of the High Court of Karnataka, former Judges of the Supreme Court and High Court of Karnataka, Registrar General, High Court of Karnataka, Advocate General Shashikaran Shetty, Registrar of the Supreme Court of India, and other registrars of the High Court of Karnataka, respected delegates, special guests, media representatives, ladies and gentlemen. As President of the Karnataka State Judicial Officers Association, it is my privilege to extend a warm welcome to our esteemed guests to the 21st Biennial Conference of the Karnataka State Judicial Officers Association. Established on 26/10/1974, our association aims to foster a conducive work environment for judicial officers across state. With the unwavering support of the Honorable High Court of Karnataka, we have upheld principles of justice and professionalism through 20 successful biennial conferences. We have advanced our shared goals. Currently, our association proudly boasts 1,149 members, ranging from the cadre of civil judges to district judges. For our 21st Biennial Conference, we sought guidance from the Honorable Sri Justice A.S. Bopanna, Honorable Srimati Justice B.V. Nagaratna, and Honorable Sri Justice Arvind Kumar, Honorable Judges of the Supreme Court of India, and present and former Honorable Chief Justice of our High Court. Under the guidance of their lordships, we have meticulously deliberated and chose the theme, Equity and Excellence for a Futuristic Judiciary. This theme reflects our collective yearning for the excellence within the justice delivery system. It resonates profoundly with the ideals championed by His Lordship, Honorable Justice Dhananjay Y. Chandrachud, Chief Justice of India, whose unwavering encouragement inspires judicial officers to strive for excellence in their pursuits. Further, it is imperative to note the constitutional mandate enshrined in Article 51A(j) of the Indian Constitution, which underscores the duty of every citizen to aspire towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective endeavor. As a members of the judiciary, we are duty-bound to uphold this principle, diligently striving for excellence and collectively endeavoring to expedite litigation process and provide swift justice to those in need. Guided by this ethos, we have selected this theme for our this 21st Biennial Conference. Our esteemed Chief Guest, Honorable Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, Chief Justice of India, needs no introduction, not only to the members of judiciary, but also to the entire nation, whose illustrious career is a shining example of dedication and excellence in judiciary. Appointed to the Supreme Court of India on 13/5/2016, His Lordship served as a Chief Justice of the Allahabad High Court from 31st of October 2013, beginning as a judge at the Bombay High Court on March 29, 2000. His Lordship rose to prominence, displaying astute legal acumen. His Lordship's scholarly pursuits includes roles as a visiting professor at institutions like the University of Mumbai and Oklahoma University School of Law, USA. His international recognition is evidenced by lectures at esteemed universities. Legal scholarships inspires generations of legal professionals. As the head of our judiciary, His Lordship has displayed remarkable commitment to the district judiciary, as evidenced by His Lordship's recent initiative to directly engage with the judicial officers across the country by hosting a national conference of district judges at Kutch of Gujarat state. His Lordships eloquently described the district judiciary as not merely a backbone of the system, but indeed the spinal cord of the Indian judiciary. This statement underscores the immense importance His Lordship places on the district judiciary, reflecting His Lordship's profound understanding of its pivotal role. As the President of the Karnataka State Judicial Officers Association, it is my duty to express our utmost gratitude to His Lordship for not only accepting but also prioritizing all recommendations put forth by the SNJPC. When we extended the invitation to His Lordship to participate and inaugurate this conference, His Lordship graciously acknowledged by expressing that the Karnataka State Judiciary stands as one of the finest in the nation. His Lordship's willingness to address our officers reflects His Lordship's confidence in our judiciary's excellence. On behalf of the Karnataka State Judicial Officers Association, I extend a heartfelt and affectionate welcome to His Lordship, appreciating His Lordship's esteemed presence and invaluable insights that will undoubtedly enrich our conference proceedings. Welcome, my Lord. We are honored by the gracious presence of the Honorable Chief Minister of the Government of Karnataka, Sri Siddaramaiah, who has graciously accepted our invitation to be a guest of honor. This government consistently lends support to judicial initiatives. On behalf of the Karnataka State Judicial Officers Association, I extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to the Honorable Chief Minister. Welcome, sir. Honorable Sri Justice A.S. Bopanna, Judge, Supreme Court of India, needs no formal introductions among us, given his esteemed reputation. Being intimately acquainted with the district judiciary, His Lordship commands immense respect in our legal community. His gracious acceptance of our invitation as a guest of honor, along with valuable insights, enhances the significance of our gathering. On behalf of the Karnataka State Judicial Officers Association, I extend a warm and affectionate welcome to His Lordship. Welcome, my Lord. Honorable Srimati Justice B.V. Nagaratna, Judge, Supreme Court of India, graces our gathering today. Her Ladyship's esteemed presence needing no introduction. Deeply revered within the district judiciary, Her Ladyship holds a special place in our hearts. From the conference inception, Her Ladyship's guidance has been invaluable, with the meticulous attention to detail, even in program scheduling. Her Ladyship's decision to chair the inaugural session on women and judiciary reflects Her Ladyship's commitment to advancing gender equality. On behalf of the Karnataka State Judicial Officers Association, I extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to Her Ladyship. Welcome, my Lord. Honorable Sri Justice Arvind Kumar, Judge, Supreme Court of India, graces us today with His Lordship's esteemed presence, needing no formal introduction. When we approached with the proposal for a state-level conference, His Lordship not only embraced it wholeheartedly, but also provided invaluable insights for its innovative execution. His Lordship's vision for conference to address district judiciary's grievances struck a chord with us all. His Lordship's graciously agreed to preside over an important business session, further enriching the conference with His Lordship's wisdom. On behalf of the Karnataka State Judicial Officers Association, I extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to His Lordship. The Honorable Sri Justice N.V. Anjaria, Chief Justice, High Court of Karnataka, has demonstrated unparalleled dedication and support to our cause since assuming office. From the meticulous planning of this conference to overseeing every minute detail, His Lordship has been actively involved in ensuring its success. On behalf of the Karnataka State Judicial Officers Association, I extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to Your Lordship. Welcome, my Lord. I extend a warm welcome to all honorable sitting judges of the Honorable High Court of Karnataka, as well as former judges of the Supreme Court and High Court of Karnataka. Your presence honors us and adds immense value to our proceedings. I welcome Registrar General, High Court of Karnataka, with gratitude for his unwavering support. I welcome the Advocate General Sashikaran Shetty to this conference, and a warm greetings to registrars of the Honorable Supreme Court, whose assistance facilitated our meeting with the Honorable Judges of the Supreme Court. Welcome to Sri Naveen Kumar HK, General Secretary of the Association, and all Association office bearers. Heartfelt welcome to the Honorable Principal, Law Secretary, Government of Karnataka, and Principal City Civil and Session Judge, Principal District and Session Judges, Bengaluru Rural District, Chief Judge of the Court of Small Causes, Director of the Arbitration Center, Registrar Lokayukta, Principal Judge of the Family Court, Directors of the Karnataka Judicial Academy and Mediation Center, Member Secretary of the Karnataka State Legal Service Authority, and all Principal District and Session Judges for their cooperation. I would like to extend a warm welcome to esteemed sister and brother judges came across from the state to participate in this conference. Your presence enriches our discussion, and I look forward to productive deliberation during this conference. Thank you, one and all. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.
ಆಗಮಿಸಿರುವ ಅತಿಥಿ ಗಣ್ಯರನ್ನು, ನೆರೆದಿರುವ ಸಭಾಸದರನ್ನು ಆತ್ಮೀಯವಾಗಿ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸಿದಂತಹ ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ಎ ಹರೀಶ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to welcome Floral welcome to the dignitaries on the dais. I would request the President, first of all, to kindly welcome Honorable Dr. Justice Dhananjaya Y. Chandrachud, Chief Justice of India. A floral welcome to the Honorable Chief Justice of India. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause and welcome the Honorable Dr. Justice Dhananjaya Y. Chandrachud.
ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ಎ ಹರೀಶ ಅವರು ಇದೀಗ ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ಮುಖ್ಯ ನ್ಯಾಯಮೂರ್ತಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಗೌರವವನ್ನು ಸೂಚಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮುಂದೆ ಮೈ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಸಂಗ್ರೀಶಿ, Law Secretary, Government of Karnataka, to offer a floral bouquet to Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka, Shri Siddaramaiah sir.
ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಇದೀಗ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಸಂಗ್ರೇಶಿ, ಲಾ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟರಿ, ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಲಾ ಅವರು ಪುಷ್ಪಗುಚ್ಛವನ್ನು ನೀಡಬೇಕಾಗಿ ವಿನಂತಿ.
ಮುಂದೆ KSJOಗಿನ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟಿವ್ ಕಮಿಟಿ ಸದಸ್ಯರಾದಂತಹ ಶ್ರೀಯುತ G.E. ಮೋಹನ್ ರವರು, ಆನರಬಲ್ ಶ್ರೀ ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಅಜ್ಜಿಕುಟ್ಟೀರ ಸೋಮಯ್ಯ ಬೋಪಣ್ಣ, ಜಡ್ಜ್ ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಪುಷ್ಪಗುಚ್ಛವನ್ನು ನೀಡಿ ಗೌರವಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ.
Floral welcome to Honorable Shri Justice Ajjikuttira Somaya Bopanna, Judge Supreme Court of India, by Shri G.A. Mohan, Executive Committee Member.
May I request Shri H.K. Navina, General Secretary KSJOA, to offer a floral bouquet to Honorable Srimati Justice B.V. Nagaratna, Judge Supreme Court of India.
Honorable Srimati Justice B.V. Nagaratna, Judge Supreme Court of India. Hearty welcome to you, ma'am. Mr. Navina, the General Secretary of the Association, offering floral welcome to Honorable Srimati Justice. We now request Shri Sandeep Patil, the Treasurer of the Association, to please welcome Honorable Shri Justice Arvind Kumar, Judge Supreme Court of India.
KSJOನ ಟ್ರೆಷರರ್ ಆದಂತಹ ಸಂದೀಪ್ ಪಾಟೀಲ್ ಅವರಿಂದ ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ನ್ಯಾಯಮೂರ್ತಿಗಳಾದಂತಹ ಅರವಿಂದ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಪುಷ್ಪಗುಚ್ಛದ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಮುಂದೆ ಮೈ ಐ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಶ್ರೀ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀಶ ಶರ್ಮಾ ಎನ್, ಜಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟರಿ KSJOA, to offer a floral bouquet to Honorable Shri Justice N.V. Ansaria, Chief Justice High Court of Karnataka.
Honorable Shri Justice N.V. Ansaria, Chief Justice High Court of Karnataka ಅವರಿಗೆ ಪುಷ್ಪಗುಚ್ಛವನ್ನು ಶ್ರೀ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀಶ ಶರ್ಮಾ, Joint Secretary of the Association. We thank all the dignitaries for accepting the floral welcome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's our privilege and pleasure to request the Honorable Dr. Justice Dhananjaya Y. Chandrachud, Chief Justice of India, and the dignitaries to kindly move forward and light the lamp to signal the inauguration of the session. The various business sessions and other programs have been planned with the theme of equity and excellence for futuristic judiciary. We would like to thank all the dignitaries for lighting the lamp, and it's indeed the pleasure and privilege of the association to felicitate the dignitaries now. I would now request Honorable Chief Justice N.V. Anjaria, Chief Justice, High Court of Karnataka, to kindly felicitate Honorable Dr. Justice Dhananjaya Y. Chandrachud, Chief Justice of India. We request the Honorable Chief Justice to kindly accept the felicitation.
May I now request Srimati S. Mahalakshmi Nirli, Presiding Officer KSTAT, and Srimati Prabhavati M. Hiremat, Principal District Judge Mysuru, to kindly honor Honorable Chief Minister Shri Siddaramaiah, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's all once again, we're all indeed honored to have the august presence of Honorable Dr. Justice Dhananjaya Y. Chandrachud, Chief Justice of India. Tamage mattomme swagata, suswagata, sir.
May I once again request Srimati S. Mahalakshmi Nirli, Presiding Officer KSTAT, and Srimati Prabhavati M. Hiremat, Principal District Judge Mysuru, to honor our Honorable Chief Minister Shri Siddaramaiah, Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka.
Felicitation to the Honorable Chief Minister, Government of Karnataka, Shri Siddaramaiah. Avarige Srimati S. Mahalakshmi Nirle, POKSTAT, Srimati Prabhavati M. Hiremat, PDJ Mysuru, Hagu Shri Hari.
I also request Shri A. Harisha, President KSJOA, to join hands with.
We now request Shri G.S. Sangreshi, Law Secretary, Government of Karnataka, B.V. Renuka, Chief Judge, Court of Small Causes, Srimati Vinita P. Shetty, Vice President of the Association, to kindly honor Honorable Shri Justice Ajikutira Somaya Bopanna, Judge, Supreme Court of India.
May I now request Srimati B.S. Rekha, Principal District Judge Yadgir, and Srimati Geeta K.B., Principal District Judge Chitradurga, and Shri G.A. Mohan, Executive Committee Member KSJOA, to honor Honorable Srimati Justice B.V. Nagaratna, Judge, Supreme Court of India.
We now request Honorable Srimati Justice B.V. Nagaratna, Judge, Supreme Court of India, to accept the felicitation from B.S. Rekha, Principal District Judge Yadgir, Srimati Geeta K.B., Principal District Judge Chitradurga, and Shri G.A. Mohan, Executive Committee Member, Karnataka State Judicial Officers Association. Thank you, Madam, for accepting the felicitation. It's time now to felicitate Honorable Shri Justice Arvind Kumar, Judge, Supreme Court of India. We request Shri M.L. Raghunath, Principal District Judge, Bengaluru Rural, Srimati B.S. Bharati, Principal District Judge, Chamarajnagara, Shri H.K. Navina, General Secretary of Karnataka State Judicial Officers Association, to kindly honor Honorable Shri Justice Arvind Kumar, Judge Supreme Court of India.
I request Honorable Shri Justice Arvind Kumar, Judge Supreme Court of India, to accept our felicitation.
We now request Shri Muralidhara Pai B, Principal City Civil and Sessions Judge Bengaluru, Shri K.S. Bharat Kumar, Registrar General, High Court of Karnataka, Srimati Purnima N. Pai, Executive Committee Member of Karnataka State Judicial Officers Association, to kindly honor and felicitate Honorable Shri Justice N.V. Anjaria, Chief Justice, High Court of Karnataka.
ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಉಚ್ಚ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯದ ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ಮುಖ್ಯ ನ್ಯಾಯಮೂರ್ತಿಗಳಾದಂತಹ ಆನರಬಲ್ ಶ್ರೀ ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಎನ್.ವಿ. ಅಂಜಾರಿಯಾ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಇದೀಗ KSJOE ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಗೌರವ ಸಮರ್ಪಣೆ.
Once again, hearty welcome to Honorable Shri Justice N.V. Anjaria, Chief Justice, High Court of Karnataka. Bandhugale, let's all give a huge round of applause and welcome all the dignitaries. And in fact, we are indeed filled with gratitude for their august presence in the inaugural session. Mattumme swagata, suswagata.
ಗೌರವವನ್ನು ಸ್ವೀಕರಿಸಿದಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗಣ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಿಗೂ ಸಹ ನಮ್ಮ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we now request the Honorable Chief Minister, Government of Karnataka, Shri Siddharamaya, to kindly address all of us. ಬಂಧುಗಳೇ, ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಾದ ಶ್ರೀ ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನವರ ಮಾತುಗಳಿಗಾಗಿ.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Honorable Chief Justice of India, Dr. Justice Dhananjaya Y. Chandrachud, Honorable Judge of Supreme Court of India, Sri Justice A.S. Bopanna, Honorable Judge of Supreme Court of India, Srimati Justice B.V. Nagaratna, Honorable Judge of Supreme Court of India, Sri Justice Arvind Kumar, Honorable Chief Justice of the Court of Karnataka, Sri Justice N.V. Anjaria, Sri Harish A., the President of Karnataka State Judicial Officers Association, Sri H.K. Navina, the General Secretary of Karnataka State Judicial Officers Association, all dignitaries, friends from media, the ladies and gentlemen. I am pleased to be part of this August gathering on the occasion of 21st Biennial State Level Conference of Judicial Officers. It is an absolute pleasure to welcome the esteemed Chief Justice of India, Justice Dhananjaya Y. Chandrachud, along with all distinguished participants to this conference here in Karnataka. As I stand before this esteemed assembly, I am filled with profound respect for each member present here today. The judiciary, the cornerstone of just and equitable society, has always been one of the sources of inspiration for me. It is the sacred institution with its unwavering commitment to fairness, good conscience, reasonableness, and justice that initially drew me to the field of law. The judiciary's role as the ultimate guardian of rights and liberties resonated deeply with my own aspirations to serve society. Witnessing the judiciary's dedication to ensuring inclusiveness and equality and its pivotal role in safeguarding all that is good and just has been a guiding light on my journey. The Constitution of India, alongside its judiciary, stands as a beacon of equity and excellence, embodying the core principles of justice, equality, and the unwavering pursuit of an equitable society. By architecting a constitution that champions the rights of the marginalized and embodies the principles of justice and equality, Baba Saheb Ambedkar laid the groundwork for a judiciary that stands as a guardian of these ideals. The modern Indian judicial justice system, enriched by this legacy, also draws its values from the teachings of Buddha, Basavanna, Narayan Guru, the enlightening Vachanas, and many progressive thinkers of our nation, which collectively emphasize inclusively compassion and the need for societal reform. This confluence of visionary leadership and rich cultural ethos has shaped a justice system that aspires not just to adjudicate, but to uplift and transform society. The Indian judiciary has made the country proud by its landmark judgments, upholding the rights of the people. Especially, the Supreme Court has lived up to the expectation of Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar, the architect of the Constitution, who hailed Article 32 as the heart and soul of the Constitution. Through landmark judgments, the courts have expanded individual freedoms and championed social justice, enhancing transparency and accountability within government institutions. Its historical evolution from a colonial apparatus to an independent arbiter underscores its pivotal role in shaping India's legal landscape. While the members of the judiciary have been working tirelessly to overcome the challenges facing the system and to stay true to their responsibilities, it is equally important to pause and reflect on the approach and question how one could be more effective in achieving the larger purpose. On this note, I am reminded of the efforts of Honorable Chief Justice Dhananjaya Y. Chandrachud in leading the Indian judiciary in the right direction. Acknowledging the predominant role of the Supreme Court as the apex court, he shifted focus to long-pending constitutional bench matters that have a profound impact on the direction of our legal jurisprudence and on the lives of Indians. In the face of societal trends reminiscent of Jain philosophy's Avasarpini, marked by a decline in morality and virtue, the judiciary's role becomes crucial. The judiciary's duty extends beyond legal interpretation to moral stewardship, guiding society towards virtue and integrity. Through its wisdom and actions, the judiciary can inspire a moral renaissance, steering society away from decline and towards a path of communal harmony and elevated ethical standards, embodying the resilience and guidance necessary for societal upliftment. The theme of this conference, Equity and Excellence for Futuristic Judiciary, resonates deeply with the ethos of our democratic society and the imperatives of our time. In the quest for a futuristic judiciary, Ensuring the aspects of accessibility, availability, and affordability is crucial for fostering social inclusion and equality within the justice system. The pursuit of these principles is a moral imperative to ensure that justice is not a privilege of the few, but a fundamental right of all. Accessibility to justice means that every citizen, irrespective of their socio-economic status, geography, or literacy levels, should find the doors of our courts open to them. The use of digital platforms and e-courts is a step in the right direction, allowing for seamless filing of cases, hearing schedules, and even virtual court of proceedings, thus breaking down the barriers of distance and time. Availability of justice implies that our judiciary is equipped to handle the volume of cases brought before it. The perennial changes of case backlog threatens the very principle of justice. Denied is justice denied. It is imperative that we adopt a multiple-pronged strategy to address this issue. Affordability of justice is a critical concern that affects the very essence of equitable justice. Legal aid services must be strengthened and made more robust to ensure that the economically weaker sections of our society are not denied justice due to the lack of financial resources. We must work toward a system where legal aid is not just a service, but a guarantee of our justice system. Language should not be barrier to justice. The use of the local language in court proceedings or the integration of artificial intelligence to provide real-time updates and translations can significantly enhance the understanding and participation of litigants in the judicial process. This not only makes the courts more accessible, but also instills a greater sense of trust and confidence in the judiciary among the common people. In our relentless pursuit of justice and equity, both the state and judiciary have historically been more powerful than the society, courageously confronting and dismantling the social evils that have long shackled our society. The state has firmly stood against terrible practices like sati and untouchability and the unfairness of child marriage driven by a belief in promoting freedom and empowering people. Through transformative initiatives like land reforms and the enshrining of rights for women, we have not only challenged the status quo, but have laid the groundwork for a society that values and upholds the dignity of every individual. These actions reflect a profound commitment to rectifying historical wrongs and fostering an environment where equality and justice are not mere ideals, but lived realities. We, the people of India, resolve to constitute India into a sovereign, democratic republic, socialist, secular, as stated in the preamble. First 25 years saw the nation making steady progress towards establishing a welfare state. By 1973, India had taken bold and beautiful measures. As we stand on the shoulders of these monumental achievements, the task before us, as the legislature and judiciary alike, is twofold. Firstly, we must continue to identify and address the social concerns that persist, evolving our approaches and strategies to meet the complex demands of our times. Secondly, we must rigorously ensure that the provisions and reforms already in place are effectively implemented, truly transforming lives and uprooting the remnants of social evils. This dual commitment to action and vigilance embodies the philosophy that guides us, a belief in the relentless pursuit of just society, where inclusivity, inclusive growth, plurality, and equality are not aspirational goals, but the very foundations upon which our nation is built. It is through this shared vision and unwavering dedication that we can continue to forge future marked by social justice and the empowerment of every citizen. As said by our poet Kuvempu, our shared vision should be to realize Sarva Janangada Shantiya Thota, a peaceful land of all communities. I took forward to the productive and insightful deliberations over the course of this conference. Thank you all. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka has re-emphasized the importance of the role of judiciary for the betterment of the society. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಹ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ಅರ್ಪಿಸೋಣ. Thank you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Shri Justice N.V. Ancharia, Chief Justice High Court of Karnataka, has been a constant source of inspiration and guiding force to all the activities of KSJOA. May I now request Honorable Shri Justice N.V. Ancharia, Chief Justice High Court of Karnataka, for his presidential address. Sir, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and let's welcome Honorable Shri Justice N.V. Ancharia.
Honorable Dr. Justice Dananda Chandrachud, Chief Justice of India, Sri Siddaramaiah ji, respected Chief Minister of this state, Karnataka, Honorable Mr. Justice A.S. Bopanna, Judge Supreme Court of India, Honorable Srimati Justice Nagaratna, Judge Supreme Court of India, Honorable Mr. Justice Arvind Kumar, Judge Supreme Court of India, respected brother and sister judges of this High Court, who are gracing the occasion, other dignitaries present here, the retired judges of the Karnataka High Court present in the audience, Learned Advocate General, Registrar General, the President, Mr. Harish of the Karnataka State Judicial Officers Association, Mr. Naveen, the Secretary, all the judicial officer friends, the staff members, and each and everyone present here. I am privileged to stand in the midst of this esteemed gathering at the inaugural function of 21st Biennial State Level Conference of Judicial Officers, organized by the Karnataka State Judicial Officers Association. My pleasure is unbound as we are blessed today by the august presence of none other than the Chief Justice of India, Honorable Dr. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, sir. The kind presence of Honorable Justice Sri Bopanna ji, Srimati Nagaratna ji, Sri Arvind Kumar ji, all judges of Supreme Court have made us feel elated. The district judiciary and the grassroots level judges are the backbone of our institution. Perhaps it is not the Supreme Court or High Courts alone which constitute the Indian judiciary, but the district level and taluk level judges and the courts at this level are the base, the foundation. The common man's faith in the judicial institution originates from here. District level courts and judges bear a direct connect with the small litigant for their plight as well as for their aspiration of justice. I can legitimately claim about the keenness of my Lord Justice Chandrachud, his desire always reflected for upliftment of the standards of the district judiciary. The recent two events in Gujarat, one is the inauguration of the district court building at Rajkot, and the other more recent Judicial Officers Conference held in Kutch are the testimony. It cannot be more satisfying to witness that the Chief Justice of the country has care, concern, and commitment toward the smallest court and the district level officers for improving the physical infrastructure and the functional infrastructure. This is the one more conference where the fortification of the keenness of my Lord Justice Chandrachud is evident. This conference therefore has a special importance and significance. It will go a long way in improving the future of the foundational courts and district level judges in our state of Karnataka. The theme of the conference is very apposite: equity and excellence for futuristic judiciary. I wish to make two references before I proceed further. Firstly, I would like to congratulate every judicial officers of the Karnataka for contributing grand success of Lok Adalat held on 16/3/24. It is my delight to announce that more than 29 lakhs cases came to be disposed of in the Lok Adalat. Out of these, 2,52,277 were the pending cases disposed of, whereas 26 lakhs and 48,000 were the pre-litigation cases disposed of. I am proud to mention that the Karnataka stood third at all India level in disposal of the Lok Adalat cases. To receive commensurate and deserving pay band is the entitlement of all judicial officers. The first National Judicial Pay Commission was established in 1996, which submitted its report in 2006, revising the pay structure of the judicial officers. The second National Pay Commission's report, in which the pay revision was recommended, came to be effectively implemented by the bench of the Honorable Supreme Court, which was headed by my Lord Justice D.Y. Chandrachud. In Union of India versus All India Judges Association, reported in 2024, 1 SCC 606, the Supreme Court gave effect to the revision from 1/1/16 as recommended by the Second National Pay Commission. The court rejected the objections regarding application of uniform multiplier. It adopted the multiplier in uniform manner. It was reiterated that all the judges across the hierarchy of the courts discharge the same essential functions, adjudicating disputes impartially and independently. The Supreme Court highlighted and underlined the importance and the role of the district courts. It was reiterated on the basis of the earlier decision in All India Judges Association in the year 1993 that the judges, at whatever level they may be, represent the state and its authority, unlike the administrative or executive members of the services. The members of the judiciary are constitutionally and functionally different, and that they exercise the sovereign power of the state. This judgment is a shining example of the commitment of the Supreme Court and our Honorable the Chief Justice, that he is, even on judicial side, committed to the welfare of the judicial officers at the district and taluka level. The decision will mark a decisive action to bring about transformation in the pay structure of the judicial officers. All of us indeed need to express gratitude to the Supreme Court and our respected Chief Justice of India. Really, it deserves applaud which you have given. At the same time, as judicial officers, individually and collectively, we bear great responsibility to uphold and continue to redeem the faith of the common man in the institution of judiciary. The speedy, effective, and qualitative justice is the need of the day. The embarking of journey to future excellence in the functioning of judiciary has to be the pursuit towards innovation, adaptability, and commitment of fairness, and ensuring to maintain and redeem and go on redeeming always the standards of judicial ethics. This is an era of technological advancement. We must harness the power of technology to enhance the efficiency and accessibility to judicial system. The justice must not remain a belated justice or a denied justice on account of delay and efficiency on our part. The various sessions to be conducted in this conference are meant to address different areas concerning the improvement, efficiency, and advancement in the judicial system as a whole. The first session relates to women and judiciary, very important subject. The second session has the subject, which is also equally important. It is in respect of the challenges within the civil trials and pursuit of excellence. The third session has the subject of work-life balance and management in the functioning of judicial institutions. The fourth session, we would debate the challenges inherent in the criminal trials and pursuit of excellence. I am sure that the churning of ideas in these sessions would greatly benefit to beacon our path of wisdom, equity, and excellence in discharge of our judicial duties and improve the work performance. It will indeed have a transformative effect. The debate and discussion would provide to all of you good lessons. All of you would be able to carry in your bag valuable takeaways. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the President, General Secretary, and the body of members, as well as all the esteemed members of the Karnataka State Judicial Officers Association for their tireless and painstaking efforts in organizing this conference. Finally, I congratulate and wish each one of the participants good success in this conference. Thank you so much.
Our sincere thanks to Honorable Shri Justice N.V. Acharya, Chief Justice High Court of Karnataka, for his presidential address. Thank you, sir.
We now request Honorable Shri Justice Arvind Kumar, Judge Supreme Court of India, to kindly address all of us. Bandhugale, swagatise Honorable Shri Justice Arvind Kumar.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ, ಶುಭೋದಯ. Respected dignitaries on the dais, Honorable Dr. Justice Dhananjaya Y. Chandrachud, Chief Justice of India, Shri Siddaramaiah, Honorable Chief Minister, Karnataka, my esteemed brothers, Justice A.S. Bopanna, my esteemed sister, Justice B.V. Nagaratna, Honorable Chief Justice, Justice N.V. Acharya, my brother and sister judges, former judges, learned Advocate General, Shri Shashikaran Shetty, the registrars of High Court of Karnataka, President and members of the Karnataka Judicial Officers Association, the learned judicial officers, friends and personnel from print and electronic media, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Chief Justice, let me be candid in my confession to share with you that this is the first biennial conference of Judicial Officers Association which I am attending, and I am thankful to the Bar Association members, office bearers, for inviting me, and I am very happy to be in your midst. Chief, I take this opportunity to highlight certain aspects. Karnataka State Judiciary is leading from the front in fulfilling the aspirations of the litigant public. And I can say with firm conviction that the theme of this conference, I quote, "Equity and excellence for futuristic judiciary," is already being fulfilled and our judicial officers are surging forward to achieve higher excellence in all spheres by discharging their judicial functions. Again, with all humility at my command, I state that in the presence of the first citizen of the judiciary, who is the captain and torchbearer of this great institution, who has been striving hard day in and day out, that officers of Karnataka's judiciary are already meeting the aspirations of the litigant public, and in this endeavor, they have left no stone unturned. To support my views, I am armed with the statistics of the last 3 years, which I think it will be now shown on the screen. I'll just flag only 2 matters, like partition suits and ejectment suits. For the last 3 years, for example, for the year 2021, the number of suits that were partition suits were instituted was 40,225, and disposal was 34,860. That is, case clearance rate was approximately around 92%. And 22, it was 51,764. And the case clearance rate was 97%. 2023, it was 42,418 as against 53,283 disposed of. The percentage was around 91.78. And Chief, I may say that Karnataka stands first in the country in disposal of ejectment suits. The index or the balance sheet of the district judiciary speaks for itself. The data now available on screen is an index to the fact the amount of hard work expended by our judicial officers. If you look at the above statistics, it would reflect the number of suits which have been disposed of in the last 3 years. And it also reflects the excellence achieved by our judicial officers, and this requires great applause. I would say that the judicial officers of Karnataka are the best judicial officers in the country, and speaking for myself, I am proud of them. Our judicial officers, who are soldiers of this great institution and who have been working in the front, namely in the trial courts, have been discharging their duties efficiently at all levels. Even in the matter of disposal of cases in the Lok Adalat, that is ADR methods, which again is now reflected on the screen, is a mirror to the fact that the aims and objects of the Legal Service Authority Act are being fulfilled. I need not elaborate on the entire statistics. I will just highlight or flag the issue that for the 2021 Lok Adalat, the total amount that was disbursed was 3,403 crores. Here, Chief, I may share one thing. When I was the executive chairman, I requested the government of Karnataka, then the chief secretary was S.V. Rangnath, to release some of the amount which was pending for release to be paid in the execution cases. The total number of execution cases were 17,000 cases. So when we requested, they said, because of COVID, we don't have money. We could not pay any amount. So I thought the statistics is the best part, because the bureaucrats, once they look at the statistics, they will immediately release the amount. And now that the Honorable Chief Minister is here, and now he would be knowing as to what is the rate of disposal, and any file which is sent to him for the proposal for the progress of the district judiciary, I think he will clear the file within 24 hours. Chief, one example I will say, that there was a land acquisition case which had ended in the reference court and ultimately affirmed by the apex court also, just a compensation of 1,72,800 rupees. But that was not paid, and the execution was pending for 19.5 years. And the total amount that was paid by the government was nearly to the tune of 21 lakhs. So this persuaded the then Chief Secretary to release an amount of 400 crores, which ended in disposal of 7,000 execution petitions across the state. Having said the brighter aspects of our judicial officers, I deem it proper to share my few thoughts as to how judicial officers should strive hard to achieve excellence. Article 51AJ requires to strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity so that the nation rises to higher levels of endeavor and achievement. When the Constitution expects us to achieve excellence, the members of the district judiciary are expected to be the agents in providing qualitative, responsive, and timely justice. Right to speedy justice as enshrined under the Constitution would be your endeavor and the motto. To fulfill this constitutional obligation, I feel that in civil cases, many a times issues are not framed for months together and years together. And even in criminal cases, charges are not being framed. Hence, you should make endeavor to see that the charges are framed in criminal cases and issues are framed in the civil cases. And many a cases which may not require serious adjudication in the courts. For example, ejectment suit for simple recovery of money. These are all the matters which can be adjudicated through ADR process. That is Lok Adalat, mediation, and settlement. And this aspect requires a careful consideration by all of you because you play the role of the referral judges. After having said this, once the matter comes to the court, you should invoke the provision of Order 10, which normally is not done in many cases. If you apply Order 10, many cases can be resolved at the preliminary stage itself. And to achieve excellence, you will have to also have cordial relationship with the staff, which would be an important factor for discharge of your judicial function. When little compassion is extended to the staff, in my little experience, I would say that staff would be too willing to work extra hours and there should be no dearth in extending this courtesy. I would request the Judicial Academy also to play a little proactive role. This was in existence for a few months. I don't know whether it is still in existence. I am told it is not. Kindly introduce a help desk in the Judicial Academy so that the judicial officers can try to solve solutions for complex and vexed problems, if any, and for this process, the details of the case pending before the judicial officers need not be disclosed. I also consider that small groups of judicial officers forming a WhatsApp group would be of more benefit so that you can discuss many vexed legal issues and solve yourselves amongst yourselves without discussing the factual details. I would also suggest that at least once in 6 or 3 months, the district judicial officers should meet together and discuss about the vexed legal issues which may be confronting them or which may be passing through their mind, so that it would enhance your legal knowledge and assist in discharging your judicial functions effectively. And there is a myth that when a judicial officer is posted as a member secretary of the legal service authority, it is considered as a punishment post. Please do not construe as such. It is one of the most important role which a judicial officer will have to discharge and learn the nuances of the legal service. And by effectively discharging this function by the member secretary, the burden on the judiciary can also be reduced. You will have to concentrate on old cases and dispose of the same in a time-bound manner, as justice delayed would be justice denied. And a small piece of advice to my esteemed brother and sister judges, which I had adopted and found that the result was extraordinary. Whenever you come across a good judgment written by a judicial officer, whether it is civil judge, junior division, senior division, additional district judge, or a district judge, and if the matter is not pending before you or after its disposal, you find that the judgment or the order written was excellent or good, one telephone call from you or calling that judicial officer and appreciating as to the work he has done would boost their morale. Last but not the least, I would like to highlight the fact that there cannot be any shortcut to success except the hard work. Don't go behind success, go behind excellence. The success will follow you. And the living example, before I conclude, I would like to say that he is none other than our Honorable Chief Justice of India. Friends, our Chief Justice has already spoken about all the good deeds done, the celebrated judgments which has been passed by our Chief Justice of India. But do you know that what is the amount of hard work the Honorable Chief Justice puts in? With his deemed permission, I am sharing one of the secret. He gets up at 3:30 every day in the morning. How many of us will do it? He finishes his judicial work by 6 o'clock in the morning. This is what is expected. Instead of thinking of CL, DL, ML, RL, FL, whatever else, I request you to see that every judicial officer tries to achieve of getting a white gloves. This was given to Justice M.S. Nesargi when he was the principal district judge of Belgaum way back somewhere in 1974. And I think that was the last district judge who got a white gloves, where they will achieve zero pendency. And I hope and trust that in pursuing your pursuit for excellence, you would emulate our Chief Justice at least to the extent of 10 or 20% and achieve the success. I can assure you that you would be successful in your judicial career if you follow what the Honorable CJI is doing. In the discharge of your duties, please do not neglect your family. And also, please do not neglect your health. Take care of your health, the family members, and I wish all the very best to all the judicial officers present here. May God bless one and all. Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Sri Justice Arvind Kumar has complimented and congratulated the Karnataka State Judicial Officers for their excellent work. He has also called upon the entire fraternity to strive hard for excellence. So let's give a huge round of applause for a thought-provoking address from the Honorable Sri Justice Arvind Kumar. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು sir.
ಆತ್ಮೀಯರೇ, ಪ್ರಜೆಗಳಿಗೆ ನೀಡಲ್ಪಟ್ಟ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಾಂವಿಧಾನಿಕ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳು ಸ್ವಾಯತ್ತವೂ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರವೂ ಆದ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಂಗ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಇಲ್ಲದಿದ್ದರೆ ತನ್ನ ಅರ್ಥವನ್ನೇ ಕಳೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಬಿಡುತ್ತದೆ ಎಂದದ್ದು ಆಂಡ್ರೂ ಜಾಕ್ಸನ್. ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯವನ್ನು ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸುತ್ತಿರುವ ಸರ್ವೋಚ್ಚ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯದ ನ್ಯಾಯಮೂರ್ತಿಗಳಾಗಿ ನ್ಯಾಯ ವಿತರಣಾ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆಯ ದ್ರಷ್ಟಾರರಾಗಿರುವವರು ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ನ್ಯಾಯಮೂರ್ತಿಗಳಾದಂತಹ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಬಿ.ವಿ. ನಾಗರತ್ನ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಅವರು. ಇದೀಗ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಬಿ.ವಿ. ನಾಗರತ್ನ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಸಭೆಯನ್ನು ಉದ್ದೇಶಿಸಿ ಮಾತನಾಡೋದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಕೋರ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Honorable Srimati Justice B.V. Nagaratna.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Honorable the Chief Justice of India, Dr. Justice Dhananjaya Yashwant Chandrachud, Honorable Brother Judges, Justice Bopanna and Justice Arvind Kumar, Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka, Sri Siddaramaiah, Honorable Chief Justice of Karnataka, Sri N.Y. Anjarya, my learned brother and sister judges of the High Court, former judges of the High Court, Sri Harish A., the President, and Sri H.K. Naveen, the General Secretary of the Karnataka State Judicial Officers Association, learned Principal District Judges, Registrars of the High Court, my learned judicial officers from the length and breadth of the state of Karnataka, distinguished invitees, members of the press and electronic media, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I must thank the organizers of this conference for inviting me to this biennial State Judicial Officers Conference. I must congratulate the officers of the association for choosing a most apt theme, that is equity and excellence for a futuristic judiciary. We all know that the district judiciary is the most critical sentinel of the justice delivery system. The framers of our constitution were aware that the members of the district judiciary form the backbone of the Indian judicial system, and therefore had taken pains to fortify the system of the district judiciary by having noble constitutional intents in various provisions of the Constitution. Therefore, the outcome of this noble constitutional intent was to constitute the judiciary consisting of persons of sterling quality and character, undaunting courage and determination, and resolute impartiality. 28 January 2024 was significant in the constitutional history of India, inasmuch as the Supreme Court of India completed 75 years. And to commemorate this occasion, a ceremonial bench was constituted by Honorable the Chief Justice of India and all judges of the Supreme Court, as well as all the Chief Justices of the High Courts. And I would like to quote from the address of Honorable the Chief Justice of India, quote, he said, "An independent judiciary does not merely mean the insulation of the institution from the executive and the legislature branches, but also the independence of individual judges in the performance of their roles as judges. The art of judging must be free of social and political pressure and from the inherent biases which human beings hold. Efforts are being made from within the institution to educate and sensitize judges across courts to unlearn their subconscious attitudes inculcated by social conditioning on gender, disability, race, caste, and sexuality," unquote. On that occasion, while ending his address, the learned Chief Justice of India observed, and I quote, that introspection is the art of bringing the seemingly unattainable within the line of vision. Taking a cue from that address, I must state to this enlightened audience that, and in the presence of the honorable judges from the High Court, that I would like to share a few thoughts on the independence of the judiciary in the context of efficiency and equity, which is the theme of this conference. Judicial independence is a multi-dimensional concept. On the one hand, it speaks of personal independence, that is, a person who holds the office of a judge is subject to no authority other than the law. A judge must be insulated from every form of external pressure, be it from the litigating parties, the lawyers, fellow judges, and persons occupying offices in other organs of the state or from any other quarter. If democracy has to prevail in this country, it is my firm belief that independence of a judiciary is a sine qua non for that. It is for us, judges, to nurture that independence by evolving as strong personalities, not only by acquiring legal knowledge and skills, which is an ongoing process, but also by detaching ourselves from the fruits of our labor. In my view, the principle of judicial independence reaches its zenith when one achieves independence from oneself. Thus, the trappings of desire, glory, fame, and material wealth should be immaterial for a judge. A sense of detachment in the discharge of duties as a judge would enhance objectivity and result in a better quality of justice dispensation. In this regard, I may emphasize that the Karnataka state has been munificent in making available ample funds for infrastructure of the judiciary, and particularly the district judiciary, in the form of court complexes and buildings and residences for judges. Recently, the Supreme Court of India, headed my Lord the Chief Justice in All India Judges Association versus Union of India, has recognized the need of the district judiciary and has accepted the recommendations of the Second National Judicial Pay Commission for enhancing the pay scales, perquisites, and allowances of the judges of the district judiciary. All these efforts are only to ensure that the judges in the district judiciary are insulated and do not fall prey to temptations and live within their means and discharge their duties consciously. Whatever may be the pressures, tensions, and stresses that are exerted on judges, the inner strength of judges alone would prevail so as to ward off all such influences, so that the judgments delivered and the discharge of duties are unpolluted and solely based on the sincere efforts of the judges. Once a person takes an oath of judicial office, he should be insulated from every notion of personal ambition and careerism, for their service is not a private occasion, but a faithful discharge of a sacred duty. To my mind, excellence and equity are the two sides of the same coin, and any conflict between them is only illusory. And as our vibrant and diverse society marches towards an era of progress, it is critical that the judiciary should foster the ideals of equity and excellence. Embracing equity in this context would mean re-examining the prevailing assumptions around legal service and justice delivery. Being a service that is entirely dependent and only answerable to the authority of law, a judicial officer must bear in mind that he or she is in the service of we the people of India. If a justice system is rigid and follows a siloed approach to problem solving, there exists the possibility that broader social and life contexts are ignored, and this would result in equity. It is my personal experience that we, the judges, must treat our judicial officers with dignity. I have always thought that when a judicial officer approaches you in your chamber, he must be offered a chair, speak to him or her politely, express genuine interest in their well-being, make reasonable accommodation, and show courtesy, which would all go a long way in the inherent human dignity and self-respect of every stakeholder in the justice delivery system. Showing dignity to the district judiciary is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of fraternity. The constitutional values of equality and inclusion must inform the recruitment practices, the institutional norms, the administrative interactions, and most importantly, the interaction with the ordinary litigant in our justice system. I may take the liberty to paraphrase what Justice Krishna said in M.S. Gill in the context of the common man approaching the district judiciary. He said, "Our conduct is the measure by which the little man walking into the taluk court with his little grievance and his little fees would decide whether we have been true to our constitutional oath. Therefore, the system of justice delivery must emphasize and strengthen not the class differences that divide the litigants and the lawyers, but the common humanity which unites them." The theme of this conference is equity and excellence for a futuristic judiciary. While I have dilated a few aspects on it, I would like to make certain more observations. While use of technology in the dispensation of justice helps efficiency, I would say that to achieve excellence in one's life, it is necessary to focus on one's work, one's duties, and one's service to the society and to the nation. We, the judges, have been endowed with the privilege to discharge our duties. That is a sacred duty of resolving dispute between a citizen and a citizen, between a citizen and a state, and in Supreme Court, between a state and a state. It is necessary to resolve these disputes in the most befitting way, thereby restoring peace in the society. To be efficient does not mean to dispose of cases beyond the quota that is fixed by the High Court for the members of the district judiciary. It is about how justice is delivered to the litigant public. In this regard, a thorough knowledge of law and legal skills is the minimum and the basic qualification that judges must possess. A judge must bestow upon himself or herself that knowledge and legal skills must be transformed and applied for the cause of justice in the most appropriate and just manner. Having knowledge of law, but the application of the same inappropriately would cause greater injustice than justice to the litigant public. More importantly, how we render justice is of utmost importance. The manner in which we adjudicate the cases, the way in which we express our opinions on and off the dais, the manner in which we record evidence or make our oral and written observations are critical aspects in discharging duties as a judge. As I have already stated, independence and integrity are the greatest qualities of a good judge. Therefore, it is my sincere advice that judges must be strong, undaunted, and not fall prey to temptations. A conscientious judge is a strong judge who can ward off any kind of threat, influence, or attempts made by certain vested interests, both within and outside the judiciary, in seeking adjudication of a case in a particular way. It is the district judiciary which must set an example by showing its strength both individually and as a whole, for the common man always approaches it in a majority of the cases. In this regard, I appeal to my judges of the High Court, learned brothers and sisters, to discharge their constitutional duties under Article 235 in the manner of supervision of the district judiciary with utmost care. It is the moral duty of the High Court to protect honest and diligent judges of the district judiciary and incentivize and encourage them by making promotions on time and declaring probations on a timely basis. The morale of the judges of the district judiciary must be protected and nurtured so that the result of such protection and nurturing would ultimately have a positive impact on the dispensation of justice in the most efficient and befitting manner. Consequently, there would be overall efficiency in the judicial system that would be a model for futuristic judiciary, not just in Karnataka, but in the country as a whole. I hope that this conference would provide a forum for difficult and introspective conversations, which ultimately enriches the ethos of excellence informed by equity, which must become the motto of our judicial service. With these few words, I thank Honorable the Chief Justice of Karnataka High Court and the brother and sister judges of the High Court and the organizers of this conference for having invited me. My good wishes to all the judicial officers in future so that they may strive to be the best in the country. I thank each one of you for your kind attention. Namaskar.
ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನಕ್ಕೆ ಶುಭ ಕೋರಿದಂತಹ ಆನರಬಲ್ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಬಿ ವಿ ನಾಗರತ್ನ, ಜಡ್ಜ್ ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ, ಇವರಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we now
Honorable Dr. Justice Chandrachud, Chief Justice of India, Honorable Justice B.V. Nagaratna, Judge Supreme Court of India, Honorable Justice Arvind Kumar, Judge Supreme Court of India, Honorable Justice Anjarya, Chief Justice, High Court of Karnataka, Mr. Siddaramaiah, Chief Minister, Karnataka, Shri Harish and Naveen, who are on the dais, and all the members of the Committee of the Judicial Officers Association of the dais, my beloved sister and brother judges from the High Court of Karnataka, former judges from the High Court of Karnataka, Shashikiran Shetty, Advocate General, registrars from the Supreme Court, Registrar General and the other registrars from the High Court of Karnataka, and my dear judicial officers. When Justice Arvind Kumar spoke, he said it is his maiden appearance in a judicial officers conference on the dais. But I think I have scored a hat-trick. That's the third one. And it's a pleasure to be here, and despite certain difficulties, I made it a point that I should be here today. Today we gather here not merely as individuals, but as a collective force united by our shared aspirations, dreams, and challenges in the course of serving the judiciary. While discussing today's topic and our joint interest to build a futuristic judiciary which is agile, accessible, and responsive to the evolving needs of the society, it is of utmost importance that we keep the challenges we face today in the forefront. In order to excel in any venture and achieve splendor, it becomes tremendously important that we understand and comprehend where we are lacking. Upon distinguishing this first step, we must aim to have a unique view on the problem, involving all stakeholders and giving due consideration to the outlook of the younger generation will help us reconcile the gap and help equip the judiciary to deal with the evolving problems. As Albert Einstein has famously said, we cannot solve our problems with the same level of thinking that created them. We'll have to be a little further than that. As we embark on this journey together, I am conscious of the profound impact that our words, actions, and ideas can have on the world around us. In every corner of our lives, whether personal or professional, we are constantly presented with opportunities to inspire, to innovate, and to effect positive change. I strongly believe that we can achieve an equitable and excellent judiciary in the future by adapting to change around us and using it as an aid. Embracing technology holds immense promise in streamlining court procedures, enhancing transparency, and expediting the delivery of justice. Initiatives such as e-filing, virtual courtrooms, and online dispute resolution platforms represent significant strides towards a more accessible and inclusive legal system, which is already being introduced in our judicial systems today. And in this regard, I think Dr. Justice Chandrachud will go any further to see the modern technologies are adopted in the court, and all of you will have to be prepared for that because he is always ahead of the times. While incorporating these changes, we must also be sincere in understanding the diverse population we serve and ensure that these changes do not widen the bridge which leads for a common man to reach justice. Within the fabric of our society lies a tapestry of diversity, resilience, and boundless potential. Each one of us brings forth a unique perspective, a story waiting to be told, and a vision for a brighter tomorrow. It is in embracing this diversity and celebrating our differences that we find strength, unity, and courage to confront the challenges that lie ahead. All of you being stakeholders in the system, I am sure the next 2 days in the conference is going to be very fruitful. Each of you will give forth your ideas so that the ultimate resolution is to achieve equity and excellence. With this, I thank the Honorable Chief Justice of Karnataka and also all concerned who are responsible to organize this conference and providing me an opportunity to be here. Thank you. Thank you, one and all.
Honorable Sri Justice Ajikutira Somaya Bupanda has expressed happiness for his presence here and has congratulated all of you for your great work. So let's all once again avರಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ಅರ್ಪಿಸೋಣ. Thank you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, Benjamin Disraeli once said, "Justice is truth in action." As Chief Justice of India, Honorable Dr. Justice Dhananjaya Y. Chandrachud is in the forefront of that action. May I now respectfully request Honorable Dr. Justice Dhananjaya Y. Chandrachud, Chief Justice of India, for his inaugural address.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome with a huge round of applause Honorable Dr. Justice Dhananjaya Y. Chandrachud.
My colleagues from the Supreme Court of India, Justice A.S. Bopanna, Justice B.B. Nagaratna, whom I very fondly call Nagu, Justice Arvind Kumar, Chief Minister of Karnataka, Sri Sidramaya ji, Justice N.V. Anjaria, Chief Justice of the High Court of Karnataka, Judges of the High Court, Sri Harisha A., President Karnataka State Judicial Officers Association, Sri H.K. Navina, General Secretary Karnataka State Judicial Officers Association, all the judges in the district judiciary, ladies and gentlemen. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾತು. ನನ್ನ ಋತುಪೂರ್ವಕ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳು. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜಧಾನಿಯಾದ ಈ ಸುಂದರ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ನಗರಕ್ಕೆ ಭೇಟಿ ನೀಡಿ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ನಡುವೆ ಬಂದಿರುವುದು ಬಹಳ ಸಂತೋಷವಾಗಿದೆ. I share a close affinity with the state of Karnataka and the charming city of Bangalore. I've had the privilege of visiting the city several times. I think I'm almost a veteran in this auditorium. I've been here 4 times before at least, and this is my 5th visit here. Bangalore often serves as an escape from the extreme heat or cold weather in Delhi. And as the elections come near, the heat tends to increase in Delhi naturally. I believe that the cliche about the famous Bangalore weather is also symbolic of its people. Just like the weather, the people of Bangalore are measured, pleasant, and extremely hospitable. I see that reflection in each of my 3 personally friendly colleagues who I have a great deal in common with. I'm delighted to be back, and I hope to immerse myself in the vibrant culture of the city over the next few days. Well, I always say that, when I'm garlanded with this big garland in Bangalore and I wear the feta, I truly feel that I'm a son-in-law in Bangalore. But which is true in reality as well, because my in-laws, both of them, after retirement from government service, settled down in Bangalore. My mother-in-law and my sisters-in-law still stay here. So I'm truly, I think, a son-in-law of the city. But I have a deeper connection. My father's brother-in-law, Adya Rangacharya, who was known by the pen name of Sriranga, he lived between 1904 and 1984 and received the Padma Bhushan. He wrote 72 plays in Kannada. And his plays speak about the need for social transformation. What he said when he wrote those plays, he was awarded with the Sahitya Academy Award for his Kalidasa. He translated the Natya Shastra into English. All those visions for social transformation are so true even for us today. And his daughter, my cousin, Shashi Deshpande, was a noted English writer who also lives in Bangalore, and she was awarded the Padma Shri for her writing in English. My father's first cousin had a matrimonial home in Dharwad, and as a young child, I would accompany my parents in our old 1966 model Ambassador, driving from Mumbai to Dharwad to spend so many vacations. But more about this topic. ಜಿಲ್ಲಾ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಂಗವು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾನೂನು ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯ ಬೆನ್ನೆಲುಬು ಹಾಗೂ ನ್ಯಾಯದ ಅದಾಲತಾದ ಮೂಲಾಧಾರ ಎಂದು ನಾನು ಬಲವಾಗಿ ನಂಬುತ್ತೇನೆ. I truly believe that the district judiciary is the backbone of our legal system and the cornerstone of the administration of justice. ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ನಾಗರಿಕರಿಗೆ ಸಂಪರ್ಕದ ಮೊದಲ ಬಿಂದು. You are the first point of contact for our citizens who approach the court. ನ್ಯಾಯಾಂಗ ಅಧಿಕಾರಗಳಿಗಾಗಿ ನ್ಯಾಯದ ವಿತರಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಪಾತ್ರವನ್ನು ವಹಿಸುತ್ತೀರಿ. It is therefore my privilege to inaugurate the 21st Biennial State-Level Conference of Judicial Officers on the topical theme, Equity and Excellence for a Futuristic Judiciary. As judges of the High Court and the Supreme Court, we are often perceived to be detached from the realities in our district courts. The conversation about judicial reforms and issues affecting our judges is often limited to a dialogue between the Supreme Court and the High Courts. Conferences such as this serve as a departure from this tendency, recognizing that it is our district judges who are the first point of contact for our citizens. As the previous speaker said, recently the Supreme Court, in collaboration with the Gujarat High Court, organized the All India District Judges Conference in Kutch. And we are planning another conference for district judges, almost 1,000 district judges in Delhi as well. The topic for this conference and the theme is equity and excellence for a futuristic judiciary. What do we mean by futuristic? By futuristic, we mean a modern judiciary, but above all, a judiciary which also can meet the challenges of our times. And those challenges are never static. Those challenges are to respond to the evolution and the rapid progress which is being made in our societies. But when we talk about equity, we go back to the foundational values of our Constitution. We speak about excellence, our work ethic, both individually as judges and institutionally, as all of us put together. But above all, we also must focus in equity on social transformation, the social values which our work embodies every day of our lives. Because as judges, we have an equal role to play in the transformation of our societies. At a certain level, we come to court every day, we deal with those cases involving Order 39 applications, applications for bail and anticipatory bail, execution petitions, maintenance, and what have you not, claims for compensation under the Motor Vehicles Act. But there is something more fundamental which is going on in every case that we decide. And that in every case that we decide, we represent the quest for justice. And through justice, we seek to bring about a social transformation in the world around us. So make no bones about it that you, as key participants in the judicial process, have a vital role to play in the social transformation which is taking place not only in Karnataka, but across India and globally. I must appreciate that the themes for our conference are well curated and reflect several important issues that warrant larger discussion, including the issues and challenges in civil and criminal trials. I'm amazed when I learned of the statistics which Brother Justice Arvind Kumar put for you on the screen. As chairperson of the E-Committee, I also keep a watch on the statistics for disposal and institution. Between 1st of January 2023 to 23rd of March 2024, 21.25 lakh cases were instituted in the district judiciary in Karnataka. 20.62 lakh cases have been disposed of. So we are only short by a few thousand cases behind the curve. But across India, this is really a performance to replicate and to emulate all over the country. And therefore, I join the previous speakers in complimenting all of you, the members of the district judiciary, in the work which you have done. The government of Karnataka has also to be appreciated in terms of its constant support for the infrastructure and growth of the district judiciary. I just received a message from one of my colleagues, Justice Suresh Govindraj of the High Court, that the government of Karnataka has sanctioned 10 crores of rupees for e-Seva Kendras. Each of them will be 300 square feet at the rate of 14 lakhs per e-Seva Kendra. Brother Justice Bopanna highlighted a very important aspect, that in the march of technology, we should not leave any citizen behind, because there is an internet divide. The government of Karnataka has sanctioned laptops for all government pleaders and judicial personnel who man their litigation in the courts. But every one of our lawyers does not necessarily have a laptop or even a smartphone. Now, how do we ensure that technology does not leave anybody behind? That we intend to do by providing these e-Seva Kendras, in which every conceivable facility in terms of information and communications technology is made available to each citizen who accesses justice. I'm particularly pleased to see the inclusion of a session focused on work-life balance and stress management. The capacity to manage stress is significant in the life of a judge, especially for district judges. As judicial officers, you regularly engage with vulnerable litigants, many of whom look to you for justice. Many of the people who come to us are stressed about the injustice which has been caused to them. And sometimes in their dealings with us as judges, they cross the line. As Chief Justice of India, I see so many lawyers and litigants crossing the line when they speak to us in the court. The answer when these litigants cross the line is not to use the power of contempt, but to understand why they have crossed the line. There must be some deep-rooted injustice which they are confronting, which is why they sometimes say things which they do not otherwise want to say, as so many times happens within our own families. In these contexts, the responsibility you carry is immense, necessitating a calm and compassionate approach. Maintaining a work-life balance is integral to fulfilling these duties effectively. A judge who is overwhelmed with work and unable to prioritize personal time with family and self-care may struggle to perform optimally. Therefore, the ability to manage stress and achieve work-life balance is not separate from, but rather intertwined with delivering justice completely. They always tell physicians and surgeons, "Physician, heal thyself." Because before you heal others, you must learn how to heal yourself. The same is true about judges as well. You heal others. You bring peace to conflicting disputes and disputants. But you must first learn to heal yourself when you heal others. We live in difficult times. We live in times of the social media where work which we do is being constantly assessed. The Supreme Court of India has put all its important hearings on a live streaming platform, and we are watched all over the country. But we can also be trolled as a result of that. I'll just give you one example. Just 4 or 5 days ago, when I was hearing a case, I had a little pain in the back. So all that I did was I placed my elbows in my armchair in the court, and I just shifted my position in the chair. That video was doctored so as to delete that part of what followed thereafter. And there was a big amount of social media comment that the Chief Justice of India is so arrogant that he got up in the midst of an argument, an important argument in the court. What they didn't tell you was that all that he did was only to shift his position in the chair. 24 years of judging can be a little strenuous, as I have put in. But I didn't leave the court, I only shifted my position in the chair. But I was subject to vicious abuse, trolling, the knives were out. But I do believe that our shoulders are broad enough And the ultimate confidence which we have is of common citizens in the work which we do. But I understand that this is the position of the Chief Justice of India. Judges in taluka courts don't have the kind of protection which we have. I've heard of stories where in my parent state, the state of Maharashtra, a young judge, Civil Judge Junior Division, is told by a member of the bar, if you don't behave with me, I'll ensure that the High Court transfers you from this station. In other states, when I was Chief Justice of the state of Uttar Pradesh, the High Court of Judicature at Allahabad, there were some stories which I constantly heard every day about the manner in which young judges, middle-level judges, and senior judges were treated. You are blessed to belong to a state where these stories are only heard about and not witnessed during your day-to-day work. But I do understand the difficulties through which you travel when you do your work every day. Although there are points of convergence, most of the problems plaguing the district courts significantly differ from those affecting the high courts and the Supreme Court. In fact, given the plurality of experiences in our country, the issues faced by one district court are often incomparable even with the court in the neighboring district. In such a scenario, it is a methodology that we use to diagnose the problems plaguing our district judiciary, which assumes immense importance. The answer lies in comprehensive data collection and research. A famous American statistician has said, "In God we trust, all others must bring data." For a long period, our inability to address the diverse problems affecting the district judiciary arose from the lack of data on the cases, pendency, and infrastructural gaps in the district courts across the country. Today, the National Judicial Data Grid, or NJDG, acts as a comprehensive database, providing real-time data on district courts on an online platform. The NJDG works as a monitoring tool to identify, manage, and reduce the pendency of cases. We have set up the iJuris platform, which gives us a real-time evaluation of the infrastructure in the district judiciary. The Supreme Court, too, has several teams which are working towards institutional reform. The E-Committee of the Supreme Court and the Computer Cell have spearheaded several projects that seek to bridge this gap, using modern technology to improve the quality of data, its collection, and analysis to devise judicial reforms. The Center for Research and Planning of the Supreme Court is a team of officers and professionals. I have a woman judicial officer from the judicial service in the state of Haryana, and a host of almost 18 young lawyers who have been recruited for 2 years as law interns and law researchers from different states who have been deputed for the purpose of studying institutional challenges to the district judiciary. In November last year, the Supreme Court released a report on the state of the judiciary, a rigorous study of justice delivery efforts in high courts and the district judiciary across the country. The report covered 4 important aspects of the functioning of the district judiciary, namely judicial infrastructure, budgeting, human resource management, and the ICT infrastructure. Such rigorous data collection and research are essential to overcome the first obstacle to judicial reform at the district level, which is accurately ascertaining the situation across various states and identifying the problems. I'm hopeful that all of you in the audience today will actively engage with the various research-centric initiatives of the Supreme Court. By doing so, we cannot only bring the Supreme Court closer to you, but also contribute to the effective reform in the district courts. But there is another reason for data-driven policies. Our governments, the government of Karnataka is no exception, spend large amounts of money on the district judiciary. How do we justify the expenditure of public revenues on the Indian judiciary? How do we assess the impact of that expenditure which is incurred in our functioning? We must have objective yardsticks to assess what is our output, what is the quality of the work which we are rendering, and how different are we making the lives of citizens by the expenditure and investment of public revenues in the work which we do. One of the sub-themes of today's conference is women in the judiciary. I must highlight that the data with regard to the representation of women in the district judiciary is heartening and signifies tremendous progress. Across India, women constitute almost 37% of the working strength of the district judiciary. In particular, the data on recruitment of the district judiciary in Karnataka paints an optimistic picture. Out of the total working strength of 447 civil judges, 200 judicial officers are women, constituting approximately 44% of the working strength. Karnataka, in that sense, is leading the social transformation across India. Increasing representation of women judicial officers is crucial not only to correct a historic lack of representation in our courts, but also to bring diverse perspectives and experiences to the table, resulting in a more effective adjudication process. As I look into the audience, I can see a large number of women judicial officers present. Your contribution to the judiciary is of immense importance, and you serve as a source of inspiration for future generations of women aspiring to pursue careers in law and the Indian judiciary. An increase in the number of women judicial officers is undoubtedly an essential step to creating an inclusive and representative judiciary. However, a mere increase in the number of women is not sufficient. The next step is to create an atmosphere that is conducive for women judicial officers to carry out their functions effectively without hindrances and as equal participants in the justice delivery mechanism. Creating such an inclusive atmosphere requires active efforts from all quarters, the government, the High Court, and most of all, fellow male judicial officers as well. Our courtrooms, both in terms of physical infrastructure and in their effective functioning, were traditionally tailored to suit the realities of a biological man. There was a time when our district courts did not even have the facility of a separate washroom for women. Today, over 80% of district courts across India have a separate women's washroom. However, it must be highlighted that women have distinct sanitation needs compared to men, especially with regard to menstrual hygiene. Therefore, it is not enough to have separate washrooms. Such washrooms must also be female-friendly, providing for their unique sanitation needs. Only a meager 6.7% of district courts across India have washrooms that are female-friendly and have the facility of sanitary napkin vending machines. Almost 4 years ago, the Karnataka High Court installed sanitary napkin vending machines on the recommendation of my sister, Justice Nagaratna. Such initiatives must not be restricted to only our Supreme Court and the High Courts, but also spread to our district courts across the nation. It is the courts at the district level that act as the first point of contact for a woman litigant and serve as a workplace for thousands of women lawyers, judicial officers, and staff. We must not forget the women staff who are working in the district judiciary. They require these facilities equally with lawyers and judges. The conference includes a discussion on challenges in civil and criminal trials. Generally, constitutional courts are widely regarded as bastions that safeguard fundamental rights and ensure constitutional protection. However, I believe that the role and duty of district courts and judicial officers in upholding fundamental rights, such as the right to life and liberty under Article 21, is often far greater and more immediate than the constitutional courts. District courts serve as the initial layer of protection for citizens entangled in the criminal justice system, guaranteeing adherence to proper arrest protocols, conducting medical examinations, ensuring dignified treatment, protecting rights against self-incrimination, and facilitating access to family and legal counsel. As you carry out your duties as judicial officers, this profound commitment to not only the letter of the law, but also the spirit of the Constitution must never be overlooked or underestimated. It's important that all of you provide mentorship to younger judges. Mentorship is not through only your administrative judges in the high courts. You must sit together as a team and encourage the younger members of the judiciary who are joining the fraternity. We are carefully looking at the service conditions of the district judiciary. As was mentioned a short while ago, under a direction and judgment of the Supreme Court, the second National Judicial Pay Commission recommendations were implemented with effect from 2016. What is the rationale for this? We are not a trade union of judges. The rationale for dignified conditions of service for our district judiciary is that our conditions of service define the independence and integrity of the judiciary. When our district judiciary knows that post-retirement they will be able to live in conditions of dignity, they will be independent in the work which they do today. Just 3 days ago, we had a case of a woman judicial officer, a district judge, who was elevated to the High Court with a small break. Her pension was fixed on the basis of her last drawn salary as a district judge. And she was told that because there was a break in your service, it's not your last drawn salary as a High Court judge which will determine your pension. She is in her 80s, I believe, and she's suffering from cancer. Look at the plight of somebody who has served the nation in the district judiciary, fighting at that age for the determination of pension. And in our judgment, we said that you cannot have this distinction between service judges who come to the High Court and bar judges. Bar judges are entitled to an addition of 10 years in the computation of their pension if they don't fulfill the qualifying requirement for pension. But on the other hand, a district judge was told that your pension will be on the basis of the last drawn salary. We said this distinction, the birthmarks between service judges and bar judges, has to be erased when you become judges of one institution. Medical treatment. We have provided in our judgment that we must provide cashless medical treatment for our district judges and for their dependent families, aged parents who depend upon them for support. But something very interesting was narrated to us by a team of district judges who are just in our court to observe the proceedings. They say, sir, it's very well to say that you will provide cashless treatment, but in many states in India, and I'm not speaking about Karnataka, I'm speaking as Chief Justice of India, in many states, the hospitals for cashless treatment are selected by inviting tenders. So the L1 bidder gets the contract. Now the L1 bidder always works on volume. So they will try and reduce the bid quoted so as to get the contract and then compromise on the quality of the treatment. So these are small issues, and therefore we directed that the High Courts must constitute a permanent committee consisting of 2 senior judges of the High Court, the Finance Secretary, the Health Secretary, and the collectors of each district, so that you can identify those hospitals which are truly capable of proper treatment for our judicial officers. I'm thinking very seriously of career educational advancement for our judicial officers. Why should we not invite more and more judicial officers to curate postgraduate degree programs during the course of their service, so as to enable them to understand how the world around us is shaping and reshaping our lives? Before concluding, I would like to quote the famous playwright and novelist, Dr. Shivram Karant, famously called the Rabindra Tagore of modern India. And Dr. Karant, in a poem, wrote, Marada mele kulita hakkige, kombe murida biluva bhayavirudu, yekendare adu ನಾಮಬೀರುವುದು ತನ್ನ ರೇಖೆಗಳನ್ನೇ ಹೊರತು ಕೊಂಬೆಯನ್ನಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಾಮರ್ಥ್ಯದ ಮೇಲೆ ನಮಗೆ ಸದಾ ಆತ್ಮವಿಶ್ವಾಸವಿರಲಿ. We have recently appointed judge of the Karnataka High Court from the High Court of Kerala, our sister Justice Anu Sivaraman. I'm not sure whether Sister Anu has still picked up the nuances of Kannada, so I'll translate the poem which I just narrated of Dr. Shivaram Karanth. What Dr. Shivaram Karanth says is, for the bird sitting on the tree, there is no fear of falling because of the branch breaking. The bird trusts its wings and not the branch. Similarly, we should always have confidence in our own abilities. As judicial officers, each one of you must keep these words of Dr. Karanth in mind. You have been endowed with an important responsibility to do justice without fear or favor. And please remember this, without fear or favor, when you decide to grant bail to people who are yearning for the grant of personal liberty. Do it without favor, but equally important, do it without fear. Have faith in your abilities and do not hesitate to make bold decisions while adjudicating the cases before you. The branches beneath your wings, the High Court and the Supreme Court, are there to support you, but you must also have confidence in your own ability to soar. So then, may I conclude by saying, Nimma mundina ಪ್ರಯತ್ನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಶುಭ ಹಾರೈಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was indeed a highly inspiring and motivating, and at the same time, the Honorable Chief Justice of India has called upon the entire fraternity to realize their importance of social transformation. Let's all once again give a huge, huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for a memorable address. And we are all lucky to be here to listen to his words of wisdom. Thank you, Honorable Dr. Justice Dhananjaya Y. Chandrachud, for your inaugural address. Dhanyavadagalu, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now moving to the concluding part of today's inaugural function, that is vote of thanks. May I now request Shri H.K. Navina, General Secretary, KSJOA, to propose vote of thanks.
Bandhugale, swagatisi Shri H.K. Navina for words of thanks.
Good morning to one and all. Honorable dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, distinguished invitees and respected judicial officers. I feel honored and privileged to get an opportunity to propose vote of thanks on behalf of Karnataka State Judicial Officer Association on the occasion of this inaugural session. Honorable Dr. Justice Dhananjaya Y. Chandrachud, Chief Justice of India, has been kind enough to accept our invitation to inaugurate this 2 days conference. His Lordship has shown concern towards the district judiciary, which is very much encouraging to all of us. Your Lordship is a source of motivational energy to the district judiciary to work more dynamically. Your Lordship is kind enough to deliver the inspirational inaugural address. I, on behalf of Karnataka State Judicial Officer Association, express deep gratitude to your Lordship, Honorable Dr. Justice Dhananjaya Y. Chandrachud, Chief Justice of India. Thank you, my Lord. Shri Siddaramaiah ji, Honorable Chief Minister, Government of Karnataka, has been kind enough to accept our invitation to be the guest of honor on this occasion. On behalf of the association, I express gratitude to Shri Siddaramaiah ji, Honorable Chief Minister, Government of Karnataka. Thank you, sir. Honorable Shri Justice Ajjakuttira Somaya Bopanna, Judge, Supreme Court of India, has been kind enough to accept our invitation to grace this occasion, and His Lordship has delivered an insightful address. I express sincere gratitude to His Lordship, Honorable Shri Justice Ajjakutira Somaya Bopana, Judge Supreme Court of India. Thank you, my Lord. Honorable Srimati Justice B.V. Nagaratna, Judge Supreme Court of India, has been kind enough to accept our invitation to grace this occasion, and her ladyship has delivered a thoughtful, provoking address. Her ladyship is kind enough to guide us with suitable direction in organizing this conference. I express deep gratitude to her ladyship, Honorable Srimati Justice B.V. Nagaratna, Judge Supreme Court of India. Thank you, ladyship. Honorable Shri Justice Arvind Kumar, Judge Supreme Court of India, has been kind enough to accept our invitation to grace this occasion, and His Lordship has delivered an inspirational address. His Lordship is kind enough to guide us in organizing this conference. I express heartfelt gratitude to His Lordship, Honorable Shri Justice Arvind Kumar, Judge Supreme Court of India. Thank you, my Lord. Honorable Shri Justice N.V. Anjaria, Chief Justice, High Court of Karnataka, is kind enough to accept our invitation to preside over this function. His Lordship has delivered presidential address. His Lordship is a navigator of this conference and has supported our association in all steps of organizing this conference. I express wholehearted gratitude to His Lordship, Honorable Shri Justice N.V. Anjaria, Chief Justice, High Court of Karnataka. Thank you, my Lord. By accepting our invitation, Honorable Judges of High Court of Karnataka have added glory to this conference by their presence. I thank their Lordship and Ladyships. Former Honorable Judges of Supreme Court of India and Shri P. Vishwanath Shetty, former Judge, High Court of Karnataka, and other former Judges, High Court of Karnataka, are kind enough to accept our invitation to witness this occasion. I, on behalf of Association, express deep sense of gratitude to their Lordship and Ladyships. I sincerely express our gratitude to Shri K.S. Bharat Kumar, Registrar General, and all other registrars of High Court of Karnataka for their valuable guidance. Thank you, sir. I thank Shri Shashikiran Shetty, Advocate General, Honorable High Court of Karnataka, Additional Solicitor General, Government of India, and respected registrars of Supreme Court of India for their presence and support. Thank you, sir. I also express gratitude to Shri Harish A., President, Karnataka State Judicial Officer Association, for their taking lead in organizing this conference. Thank you, sir. By accepting our invitation, retired judicial officers have graced the occasion. I thank each of them. Thank you, sir. I thank the officers of the Finance Department, Law Department, Police Department, other departments of Government of Karnataka for their support and cooperation in organizing this event. Thank you, sir. All the principal district judges and all other judges of State of Karnataka have witnessed this occasion as delegates. I extend my earnest gratitude to them. I express wholehearted gratitude to all the invitees and members of the press and media. Thank you, one and all. Once again, I thank one and all who are responsible for making this inaugural session of this conference a grand success. Thank you, one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, Shri H.K. Navina, for proposing a cordial words of thanks. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
ಇದೀಗ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಗೀತೆಯೊಂದಿಗೆ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಮುಕ್ತಾಯಗೊಳ್ಳಲಿದೆ.
Request all of you to kindly rise for the national anthem.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
We'd like to sincerely thank the dignitaries on the dais. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have a very quick tea break of 15 minutes, but please come back in 10 to 12 minutes. See you later. Namaskara. All of you, please take care.